Okay, ADHD is really close to my heart because when I was growing up, I had enough energy for 10 people. And when I think back over my childhood, I had wonderful parents, a wonderful family. But when I think back over my childhood, I remember a lot of people saying, slow down, be quiet. You're like a bull in a china closet. Stop, because I had all of this energy. So now that we have all of these medications available and I see children being diagnosed as ADD or ADHD and then being medicated and cloned into a robotic state, it just makes me sick. When you are dealing with a child that has ADHD, the very first thing you need to look at is diet. How many dyes, how many processed sugars, how many processed foods, how many fast food meals are you putting into this child? Because they're all full of chemicals, and the chemicals are not working in their body. So if you look at the diet and we back it up, introducing more live whole foods, fruits, vegetables, nuts, that's the first place I would recommend starting. Then, when we realize that even with a good diet, we have a very energetic child, we have a shaker and a mover, we need to channel that energy. So instead of having this child sit in front of a video game all day or in front of the television, we need to get them involved in some type of sports activity, outside play, swimming, projects, Legos, whatever it is, so that their mind is focused on something positive, where they're building talents and self-esteem and becoming the person they were meant to be. I've had parents talk to me about this before, and one of the things I try to point out to them is, if I had a whiteboard here and I made a list of all the different professions they could go into, and maybe I have a teacher and a computer tech and a football player or a musician or a teacher or a doctor, and I were to ask you which one of these professions is the perfect profession, you would obviously tell me none of them. I mean, we need all of these people for our society to function and the world to go around. Well, it takes a different type of person to fill each of these professions. A child that is labeled with A.D.H.D. is a person with a lot of energy. If we can help them to channel this energy, help them understand how special they are, then they will grow up to change the world. They're going to grow up and be a shaker and a mover, and we need them to be confident in their ability to do that. So I tell parents all the time, medication should be an extremely last resort in a few minor cases where it is needed temporarily. Otherwise, as a parent, we need to look at the total picture, start with diet, and start pulling the processed chemicals and sugars and dyes out of their diet. And you'll be amazed at the difference you'll be able to see. I specifically put a formula together with herbs that will help a child to feel calm, help them be able to focus, and help them to be able to study and get the things done that they need to do. It is made with all natural ingredients and plants that are specifically designed to help us focus, feel calm, feel peace, and this is the reason that I made Life Focus, was to help these children so that they don't end up being put on some kind of medication. You know, just in my lifetime, I have raised 15 children. I've written several books. I've traveled all over the country lecturing and teaching. I had a very active midwife practice for about 10 years. There is no way that I would have been able to do the things that I have been able to do if I didn't have enough energy for 10 people. So my point is to cherish and allow each child to be who they are, to love them, encourage them, and then give them supplements like Life Focus that will help them to calm down enough where they can focus and pay attention to what they need to do in order to get their education and become who they're meant to be.